Well, earlier this week, the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors voted 4-1 to declare a local state of emergency in response to federal immigration enforcement operations in America's most populous county. Now, one member of the progressive-dominated board said that the emergency proclamation allows the county to use every tool available to support and stabilize our communities, she said. We will not stand by while fear and chaos spread, she went on to say. Well, there is certainly an emergency here in California, but it's not because of immigration enforcement. It's because of the attack on parental rights. Joining me now to discuss this is Jonathan Keller. He is the president and CEO of the California Family Council, which is the family policy council here in California that accomplishes at the state level what the Family Research Council does on the national level. Jonathan, great to see you.
Thanks, Tony. Always good to be with you and the listeners.
And you're going to be a part of this weekend. I know you guys have been helping us get the word out, so we appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Appreciate the great work you do here in California. You got a big hill to climb here in California.
We do.
Let's talk about 495.
Yeah, so AB 495 is really, I think, one of the most concerning pieces of legislation that we've seen come out of the Capitol in Sacramento in quite some time. I mean, we always see a little bit of craziness. We have some truly, I think, beyond the pale legislators up there. In this case, actually, this kind of came out of left field, as so much of what happens in Sacramento does. It's a freshman legislator, not one of the usual suspects who has been attacking parental rights for so long. But in this case, they used this really clever Trojan horse. As you mentioned, it deals with immigration. The idea behind this bill, the best case you could make for it is they're trying to pitch it as a way to protect parents and protect children from the dangers of ICE and the dangers of the Trump administration who are carelessly and heartlessly deporting parents.
Right.
But in reality, what this is doing is creating a massive loophole for non-parents, for even non-relatives to go in and potentially take control, take authority away from parents, even start making educational and medical decisions for minor children, not only without parental involvement, but without even parental knowledge or consent.
Let's say that their motives were pure, that they were, well, I say pure, at least their intentions were what they said they were.
Right.
To simply address this issue of immigration. This, as you know, Jonathan, having been in the process for a while, there are always unintended consequences, especially when you rush something through like this. So even if the intent was, as they stated, simply to address the issue of children that may be connected to parents being deported.
That's right.
There are unintended consequences here that they've refused to deal with.
That's really the concern, Tony. I mean, again, I think every parent out there would want their own children, if something happened to them, if God forbid, my wife and I were in a car accident, of course we would want our two young sons to be placed with the next of kin, our family members.
Right.
That's not what this is about. This bill is so much broader than this. Despite the fact that they have tried to amend it and revise it in the 11th hour to say, well, this is going to apply to anyone who is deported, detained, or deployed. They're trying to actually, if you can believe it, loop in families in the military and say, well, this is a way to try to protect even children of military families. Again, that's not what this is about at core.
We have provisions to do that now. You don't need that. So this could, I mean, this state where you have a governor that promotes gender transition surgeries for minors, advertising nationwide for minors to come here for abortions.
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff we're potentially talking about.
Well, absolutely. And the real concern, again, about this, the caretaker authorization affidavit that we're dealing with here. Under the new version of this, it is going to allow a family member, I use scare quotes because the family member authorization includes anybody that is up to a fifth degree of kinship, to be able to come in, sign this, and say, yeah, I'm authorized to make medical or educational decisions for this child.
Does not require an attorney to...
No notarization, not even a parental signature. And Tony, I want to say, you know this as a former legislator and being in D.C. for so long, one of the really insidious bait and switch they did on this. Some people might see the news reports that said, well, no, they removed the section that says no parental signature is required. That's true, But they did not insert a section that says a parental signature is required. So it's this very clever, again, Trojan horse to make it seem like they're protecting parents, but it's a real danger.
But it's now law.
Governor Newsom signed it, yeah. And this is something that is going to immediately start to affect families. And I would strongly encourage everybody, you guys have done yeoman's work on this, and we've been able to, of course, partner with Pastor Jack and the folks here at Calvary Chapel Chino Hills. I encourage all parents to revise their existing caretaking arrangements. I encourage you to go look at your emergency contact list if your kids are in public school. Make sure that it is clear in writing. You, your spouse, your family, only people you designate should be authorized to make any decisions for your child.
By the way, we're going to be talking about that this weekend here at the Pray Vote Stand Summit. So we need to encourage people to come and be a part of that, find out what they can do to protect their children. But the other aspect is this. What happens in California, unfortunately, doesn't always stay here.
100%.
This is coming to a blue state near you.
That's right.
Jonathan Keller, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you,
Look forward to having you here this weekend.